Claire, it's so good to be with you today. I really want to chat to you, being one of the educational psychologists at Cedarwood. I know you and your team have been really busy the last couple of weeks and months, especially during lockdown, and now, especially as our community is transitioning back to school, educating staff and pupils and teachers all about how we plan to transition back to Cedarwood. And I think one of the topics that we haven't really spoken about is stigmatization. So I would like to ask you a couple questions. Firstly, just to understand the process around orientation, and then if somebody does get COVID-19, what do we do as a school and how do we handle that? So firstly, my first question to you is, how will pupils and staff be educated about COVID-19, and what exactly is the orientation process at Cedarwood?
Thanks, Sarah. So prior to us returning to school, staff were encouraged to learn a little bit about COVID-19 and in fact do a certified course online regarding all the sort of myths and misconceptions, as well as any information that we might need to know. Videos were sent out to our pupils and to our teachers regarding how to safeguard themselves when returning to school, and these were all put together by the school-based support team and other members of staff. Now that some of our pupils are back at school, they're required to watch a video every morning regarding safety protocols and how to manage COVID-19 within the school space. For example, wearing masks, sanitizing their desks, sanitizing their hands, and how to socially distance themselves from their peers.
Thank you, Claire. I think what I really want to talk about is, how do you plan on dealing with somebody who perhaps does get COVID-19 and how they potentially will be discriminated against?
During our life orientation and core skills lessons, our learners will be encouraged to learn and develop empathy. Empathy for their peers, for their teachers, or for their parents who might develop symptoms of COVID-19. As a school, Cedarwood recognizes that this is a time to be kind and respectful of those in our community, and we will take seriously the discrimination of any individual.
I think what we also need to recognize is that some of this information could be quite sensitive. How do you as a school plan on going about keeping information that people might not want to be shared confidential?
I agree that this information is sensitive, and where possible, confidentiality must be maintained. However, it is also necessary for us as a school to follow any protocols and procedures to ensure the safety of our greater community.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me. I do think that we can agree that this time is new for all of us, and adjusting to what we are now calling our new normal might present a couple of challenges along the way. But I really feel that Cedarwood School is in the position to tackle these as they come along, and together with the school-based support team, I feel confident that we'll be able to navigate this together.